All right, now you're on the independent practice section of 1.2.3. Remember, these problems, you can use your resources. So you can review some of the videos, you can look back at your work for similar questions, and you could post a specific question on the Schoology discussion board for this problem. So the first question says, this table gives the average weights of Chihuahuas from birth to 16 weeks. We have age in weeks on the top and weight in ounces on the bottom. Write an equation in the form y equals mx plus b for your line. Explain what the values of m and b tell you about this situation. Now remember, m is our slope. So if we are taking a look at writing an equation, m equals slope, which is the same thing as rate of change. So what we're looking at is the rate at which the weeks change while the weight changes. B is our y-intercept. That is where the line begins. So when x equals 0, what is our y? Use your equation to predict the average weight of Chihuahuas for odd-numbered ages from 1 to 15 weeks. So up here we see we have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. They want you to use your equation to see what it would be in the weeks between those. D, what average weight does your linear model predict for a Chihuahua that is 72 weeks old? Now that's way above what we have. We have 16 up here. So what you're going to have to do is take your equation and then figure out what that Chihuahua would weigh after 72 weeks old. Now, explain why this prediction is likely to be inaccurate. So remember, after you figure out the answers, see why that would be inaccurate. The next questions, it says, assume the following are linear relationships when answering the questions. Number 9 says Kaya buys a $20 phone card. She is charged 15 cents per minute for calls. What equation gives you the value V left on her card after she makes T minutes of calls? In this case, T equals our X values, and V equals our Y values. So write an equation in Y equals mx plus b. The only thing I would make sure you guys pay attention to is she has a $20 phone card, which means that's how much she has on it, and she is charged 15 cents per minute for calls. So they're taking away 15 cents per minute every time she makes a call. Number 11, Dakota lives 1,500 meters from school. She leaves for school walking at a speed of 60 meters per minute. Write an equation for her distance in meters from school after she walks for t minutes. Okay, in this case, d equals the y values, and t equals the x values. Again, you're writing this in y equals mx plus b. So figure out what her slope is or what her rate of change is, and then figure out where she started from. A car can average 140 miles on 5 gallons of gasoline. Write an equation for the distance d in miles the car can go on g gallons of gas. In this case, g equals the x, and d equals the y. Then you come to a few tables where you have to write an equation for the tables. So again, find the slope, find where it starts, and write those equations. And lastly, you're going to summarize your learning and reflect on it with a Jamboard. So follow the link to the Jamboard and answer this question. What is the equation of the line through points -3, 5, and 5, 25?